significant argument that is still going on in very many quarters, the High Court today stopped the government from the importation of genetically modified food and crops. Lady Justice Mugure Tande gave the injunction following a petition filed by the Kenya Peasants League challenging the government's decision to import GMO, arguing they pose a health hazard. The importation has been temporarily halted, and we await a hearing and determination of the matter on the 15th of December.
The debate on the importation of genetically modified crops and food in the country has been taking center stage. And now, the exercise that has elicited debate in the country from both the political and social arena ended in the corridors of justice, where it has been halted temporarily, waiting for the determination of the case. The Kenya Peasants League filed a petition against state law and the Cabinet Secretary Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries, opposing the importation, cultivation and consumption of GMO crops and food in the country. The League members argued that GMO poses a deadly health hazard, particularly to the poor and those of low income. The ruling reads, and I quote, "This honorable court is pleased to issue an injunctive or conservatory order prohibiting the respondents, either by themselves or their agents or other person under their instructions, from gazetting or acting upon the contents of dispatch from the cabinet authored by the Executive Office of the President of Kenya." The court also issued an injunctive order prohibiting the respondents, either by themselves, their agents or other persons acting under their instructions, from permitting the importation of the GMO crops and food in the country. In their petition, the Kenya Peasants League argued that GMOs, if permitted into the country, will gravely affect their farming as peasants, thereby affecting their productivity and sustainability. The GMOs have negative and even fatal health effects, and as such might affect the petitioner and the rights of the general public to enjoy healthy food products and to enjoy their right to life. By failing to grant the petitioners and the members of the public an opportunity to participate in the decision making in connection with lifting or otherwise of the ban of GMOs, the respondents thwarted the petitioner's right to be heard, fair administrative action, and the principles of good governance under Article 10 of the Constitution. That the right of consumer protection is most likely to be threatened should the GMOs be imported in the circumstances herein, as the Kenyan consumers have not been informed sufficiently on the issue of GMOs. The ruling comes at a time when the government is divided on the importation of GMO crops in the country, with CS Agriculture Mithika Linturi distancing himself from the rhetorics of his trade counterpart.
I am not aware of what Kuria sent, and I don't take what I find on social media as anything that is worth responding to, because I am the custodian of the statistics on how much food we require in this country, how much food we consume every day. So I don't want to get into that space. And right now, I have, with my technical people, I've worked on all the deficits in terms of maize, in terms of beans, in terms of rice, whatever is required of the country, to ensure that immediately after this harvest, we do not lack food.
Linturi also dismissed the health concerns raised by different factions on GMOs.
So, you know, Cabinet has pronounced itself on the position of GMO. So it's not something we can discuss. So if there will be need to bring GMO maize, we will do it, because the Cabinet has decided that we must lift the ban. But remember, even if we were to get there are certain protocols that guide use our importation of GMO. Who is it that can be able to tell us where or which channel, where is it that there has been linked, any cancer case has been linked to consumption of a GMO? Let us be honest with one another, and let us not fall into this story of politicians out there who have nothing else to do but make a lot of noise, because
the ban on the genetically modified organisms importation was effected on 18th of November 2012 and lifted by President William Ruto last month, October 3rd. Brian Amuai, Look Up TV, Nairobi.
A short break now. I'll be back with more news.